My name is Mark Fleming. I'm a member of the Rachel Corrie Chapter 109, Veterans for Peace, here in Olympia, Washington. And I'm here tonight to talk about a project that we have upcoming this fall. It's called the Vietnam Full Disclosure Project. And what it refers to is the recognition of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. The Pentagon is now rolling out a multimedia project to talk about that. And they are talking about the war as they see it. Veterans for Peace is pointing out that this discussion and this commemoration is leaving out a number of very important aspects of the war. One of the aspects that they have not talked about is the opposition to the war, particularly by veterans. As a veteran for peace and a member of the Vietnam Veterans Against the War, I am very aware that there was strong opposition to the war. Yet that has been pretty much written out of our history, along with many myths that have been written into our history. So the Vietnam Full Disclosure Campaign is the opportunity to bring this discussion, bring more light to this discussion, to talk about what happened and what was not reported during the war. One of the problems that Vietnam has left us with is this idea that somehow we just didn't do enough, that somehow we would have won the war had we just tried. And much of the history of Vietnam and the history since shows that that's largely a myth. America was a superpower, undefeatable on the battlefield, yet we lost the war. The Vietnam Full Disclosure Campaign will talk about all aspects of the Vietnam War. On the ground, we'll talk about some of the lies that led us into the war. We'll talk about some of the atrocities that were committed. The war, as it was presented to the American people, is now reviewed as a noble cause. They're being asked to thank Vietnam veterans for our service. And while it may be appropriate to recognize the sacrifices and that the Vietnam veterans paid, we also have to recognize that the war had many serious drawbacks, which we still live with today. We are still fighting wars many years later, and we seem to have not learned many of those lessons. The Vietnam Full Disclosure Campaign will bring those lessons to light. And here in Olympia, we will be holding a teach-in at Evergreen State College. That will be in October. We have not yet set the date, but we will be having a program it will be aired in October that will have that date and give more information. So I hope you'll have a chance to listen to the program when it comes up in October and actually come out and talk with us about the war and its aftermath. Thank you very much.